Assam Rifles organizes a medical camp providing essential healthcare services to the villagers of Matikru of Meluri district. Mokokchung police intercepts Ashok Leyland truck bearing license plate AS26AC1466 on March 2 while conducting checks at the national highway in Chuchuyempang village. Chief Conservator of Forest Bungnokshi inaugurates a village church footpath, water tank and bell tower at Old Chalkot village in Peren district. Tripura's health department is under scrutiny after a patient with health problem was referred to another hospital with a half-finished oxygen cylinder. An English cricket fan on Tuesday comes in support of Indian team in its semi-final clash against Australian ICC Champions Trophy, confident that India will take revenge for their previous final against Australia. Good evening, viewers. You are watching English Primetime News. I am Imli Sanlaimchun. We have details. On the first day of the 6th session of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly, Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Neiphiu on March 3 made an obituary reference to the late former Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, who passed away on 26 December 2024 at the age of 92 years in Delhi. Late Dr. Singh was a respected statesman and economist, served as India's Prime Minister from 2004 to 2014, leaving a lasting impact on the country's political and economic landscape. He was born on September 26, 1932 in a humble village in Gah, Punjab, now in Pakistan. He was considered the architect of key liberalizing economic reforms during the 1990s. He was the first Indian leader since Jawaharlal Nehru to be re-elected after serving a full term and the first Sikh to hold the country's top post. He excelled academically, earning a degree from Punjab University, a master's from the University of Cambridge, and then a PhD from Oxford University. As India's finance minister in 1991, he played a pivotal role in steering the country out of a financial crisis. He held some prominent positions in various capacities such as Chief Economic Advisor of Finance, Secretary in the Finance Ministry, Planning Commission and Governor of the Reserve Bank of India. Despite having faced criticisms and challenges during his prime ministership, his dedication to serving the nation never wavered. He was also known as the accidental prime minister who proved time and time again that he was no accident. Throughout his career, he was known for his integrity, intelligence, and pragmatic approach to foreign policy. Chief Conservator of Forest and Project Director of the Forest Old Chalkot village in Peren district. The projects were implemented under the Entry Point Activity Initiative, which aims to promote community-led development. Subungnakshi praised the efforts of the Community Conservation Area Committee and the village community in completing the project. Emphasizing the importance of local contribution and ownership, the event was attended by various dignitaries, including Dr. K.Z. Vito Mehta, POU member of NIPET, and Jang Tin Pao Hasing, chairman of the Old Chalkot Village Council.
আমি ভাবনা ঘুরে আছে আমি গান নিজর লাগা পোষনা ওলাই কিনা পয়সা হালি কিনা কাম ঘুরি কিনা ঘুরিছে তো ভাবনা ঘুরে আছে আমি গানে বনাইছে আমি গান লাগাই আছে কই কিনা বেশি সাল আপনি গান নিতো ঠিক পুরো মেইনটেইন কৰিব দিছিনা হি লাগি আছে আপনি গান লাগা মুন্ডু কি লাগা আছে না জানে হইলে দুসরা লগত কম্পেয়ার কৰি চাবে গভর্নমেন্ট পুরা বনাই দিয়া লাগা আৰু ইটো প্ৰজেক্ট পুরা বনাই দিয়া লাগা তো ইটো লাগা নিচিনা ইটো প্রজেক্ট তো আমি গান ইটো কৰি দে বুলি মন যায় সব জায়গাতে ফরেস্ট ডিপার্টমেন্ট লাগা পোস্টিগান ইটো সেম প্রজেক্ট তো ফরেস্ট ডিপার্টমেন্ট পুরাবে 30 villages তে আছে নেপেট লাগা পোস্টিগান তো 34 villages তে আছে সেম প্রজেক্ট আছে তো হলে আধা আধা করেছে পুষ্টিটো না তো এইটো লাগা প্রজেক্টটো দুইটা ডিপার্টমেন্ট লাগাবে নিজৰ পুষ্টি মানুহ পৰা কিনিকা কৰি কিনা তাইকান কি লাগে এইটো তাইকান নিজৰ এইটো জানিব লাগে নিজৰ পুষ্টি পৰা ওলাই কিনা এইটো বনাব লাগে কৈ কিনা এইটো ইমাৰ্জেঞ্চি আছে এইটো লাগি যাইছে কৈ কিনা ওলাইছে বুলিতো এইটো বনাব দিব আমি গান গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট পৰা ডিপাৰ্টমেণ্ট পৰা প্ৰজেক্ট পৰা ডাইৰেকশ্যন দিব তাইকান কি বনাব লাগে এইটো ডাইৰেকশ্যন দিব বুলিবে নিজৰ হে কি লাগে এইটো জানি আছে এইটো বনাব লাগিবলে দিব লাগে কৈ কিনা এইটো প্ৰজেক্টটো শুরু হৈছিলে তো এইটো লগা প্ৰজেক্টটো এইটো লগা ভাৱনাটো কিনিকা কৰি কিনা উল্টা কৰি দি কিনা এতিয়াতো পুষ্টি মানুহ পৰা চাবলৈ পৰা নিজৰ লগা
Mogokchung police intercepted an Ashok Leyland truck bearing license plate AS26AC1466 on March 2 while conducting checks at the national highway in Chuchuyimpang village. The truck headed towards Mogokchung town was found to be transporting a massive quantity of illegal IMFL, including 790 cases of MC rum in various sizes. The driver, handyman and owner of the consignment were arrested in connection with the seizure. In Chapakuri, Chirang district of Assam, a new cathedral church was blessed and inaugurated for the Catholic believers on Sunday. The new church, with a circular design having a balcony, is the largest Catholic church in the BTC region and will also be the house of the Northeastern Regional Bishops' Conference. The dedication and blessing of the Cathedral Church at Chapaguri under the Diocese of Bogangao was done by Most Reverend John Mulachira, Archbishop of Guwahati. The inaugural program of the Cathedral Church was also attended by MP Joyanta Basumatari. In the remote village of Matikru of Meluri district, Nagaland, the Assam Rifles organized a medical camp providing essential healthcare services to the villagers. The medical camp aimed at delivering primary medical assistance, including health checkups, distribution of medicines, and awareness on hygiene and diseases prevention. Around 60 internally displaced persons from Hyangthang and Mekola district protested outside the SDC office in Imphal West, demanding the reinstatement of their names on relief camp list on Monday. Meanwhile, the IDPS claimed that they were removed due to reasons such as being away for work or education and lacking Aadhaar cards. Notably, the protest was further fueled by allegations of rude behavior from the district magistrate and his staff. "33 arms and ammunition were voluntarily surrendered by the public in 5 districts in strife-torn Manipur. Police on Tuesday said that. Meanwhile, a senior officer said that the arms surrendered were met in Charachandpur, Thobal, Imphal East, Imphal West and Bishnupur districts. Notably, Manipur Governor Ajay Kumar Balla has recently extended the deadline for the surrender of looted and illegal arms till 4 p.m. on March 6, following demands by people from both hill and valley areas for additional time. The BJP government in Tripura is celebrating its 2nd anniversary, and a historical rally and public meeting have been organized at Swami Vivekananda Maidan, Agartala on March 9. BJP All India President Jagat Prakash Nadda and other central BJP leaders are expected to attend the event, marking the completion of 2 years of the BJP government in the state. Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha recalled the BJP's victory in the 2023 Assembly elections, despite the Congress and the CPIM attempting to create confusion among the people. Chitichi Tyagi, India's permanent mission to UN in Geneva, expressed deep concern over the ongoing crisis in Myanmar. Tyagi also highlighted the impact on India, including an influx of refugees and increased trafficking. He called for an immediate end to violence and to release of political detainees and humanitarian aid. India reaffirmed its position for Myanmar's transition to an inclusive democracy, emphasizing that the solution must be Myanmar-led and owned.
As an immediate neighbor and friend of the people of Myanmar, India has always accorded a high priority to the maintenance of peace and stability in Myanmar and its economic development. The ongoing situation in Myanmar has led to an influx of thousands of people into our northeastern states and an increase in instances of drugs and human trafficking. We take the floor today to reiterate our deep concern over the precarious humanitarian and security situation in Myanmar and call for the immediate cessation of violence by all sides, the release of political detainees, humanitarian assistance, and the resolution of the crisis through constructive dialogue. India remains steadfast in its support to Myanmar's transition towards inclusive federal democracy and to the need for arriving at peaceful solutions that are Myanmar-led and Myanmar-owned. India supports the ASEAN-led efforts and the ASEAN 5-point consensus, and we continue to closely coordinate our policy with ASEAN in this regard. We will continue with our initiatives to strengthen the democratic processes, people-centric projects, and capacity-building initiatives in Myanmar and call.
Let's have a short break and we will be right back. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching English Primetime News with Nltv. The General Officer Commanding of the Garraj Corps, Lieutenant General Gambhir Singh, witnessed exercise Yudh Kaushal, a joint exercise with the Indian Air Force on the capture of enemy objectives in a multi-domain environment. The exercise was conducted at Umroi military station to demonstrate operational capabilities by incorporating helicopters, a plethora of drones in surveillances and armed roles, new generation equipment, force multipliers, and supporting arms. The Air Force played a pivotal role in the operation, showcasing its capability of speedy induction of troops into the exercise area and seamless coordination for joint operations. The exercise also integrated academia from IIT Guwahati and the civil defense industry. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday inaugurated and visited Wildlife Rescue Rehabilitation and Conservation Center Vantara in Jamnagar, Gujarat. It is to be mentioned that Vantara is home to more than 2,000 species and over 1.5 lakh rescued, endangered and threatened animals. Therefore, Prime Minister Modi explored various facilities at the center. He closely interacted with various species of animals which have been rehabilitated there. The sixth edition of the India-Japan Joint Military Exercise Dharma Guardian is underway at the East Fuji Training Area in Japan on Tuesday. It is to be mentioned that the military exercise began on February 24. The exercise highlights the deepening defense ties between India and Japan, with both nations engaging in extensive trading activities aimed at enhancing cooperation. Notably, the primary focus of this joint military exercise is counter-terrorism operations in urban terrain, and the program will end on March 9. AIIMS Bhubaneswar official on Monday said that a 16-month-old boy from Odisha becomes the youngest organ donor by giving new life to 2 patients. Meanwhile, the parents of Janmesh Lenka made the courageous decision that they turned their personal tragedy into a beacon of hope for others. Janmesh was admitted to the pediatric department of AIIMS Bhubaneswar on February 12 after inhaling foreign object, causing a blockade in his airway and leading to difficulty in breathing. Despite receiving immediate cardiopulmonary resuscitation and the relentless effort of the intensive care team to stabilize him over the following 2 weeks, the child was declared brain dead on March 1.
Our treating team, we were thinking that his brain function may not recover. Then we had asked the family whether they will be willing for any organ donation. So once they showed the willingness for transplantation, for donation, then we formed a committee for a formal declaration of the brain death. And with that, we could declare him as brain dead on 1st of March. And so these organs, kidney and liver, were harvested on 2nd of March 2025.
India has strongly criticized UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk's comments on Kashmir and Manipur, calling them unfounded and baseless. Turk's remarks were part of his global update to the 58th session of the Human Rights Council in Geneva, where he expressed concerns over alleged human rights violations in Kashmir and ethnic tensions in Manipur. India's permanent representative to the UN, Arindam Bagchi, responded by emphasizing that India remains a healthy, vibrant and pluralistic society and that such concerns are misplaced. Bagchi also highlighted the significant progress made in Jammu and Kashmir, including successful elections, booming tourism and rapid development.
The Global Vice President, allow me today to share some reflections about the High Commissioner's global update. As India was mentioned by name, let me begin by emphasizing that the world's largest democracy continues to be a healthy, vibrant and pluralistic society. Unfounded and baseless comments in the update contrast jarringly with ground realities. The people of India have repeatedly proven wrong such misplaced concerns about us. We would urge a better understanding of India and our civilizational ethos of diversity and openness, which continue to define our robust and often cacophonous civic space. Nothing illustrates this divergence more than the passing reference to Jammu and Kashmir, erroneously referred to as Kashmir, ironically in a year that stood out for that region's improving peace and inclusive progress, be it the large turnout.
The Delhi High Court has ruled that a complete ban on smartphones in schools is undesirable and unworkable, instead opting for regulated and monitored use. Justice Anup Jairam Bambani issued guidelines to balance the benefits and drawbacks of smartphone use, emphasizing the importance of educating students on responsible online behavior, digital manners, and ethical smartphone use. The court also highlighted the need to counsel students on the potential risk of excessive screen time and social media engagement, such as anxiety, diminished attention spans, and cyberbullying. Additionally, The guidelines recommend that students be allowed to carry smartphones to school, but their use must be regulated and monitored with arrangements made for safekeeping during school hours.
Delhi High Court highlighted the issue that the use of mobile cannot be banned at this age of technology. The mobile purpose has multiple use in educational purpose, in other purposes. So Delhi High Court issued a detailed guideline in this regard, and the Delhi High Court said that the use of mobile cannot be absolutely banned in the school premises.
President Draupadi Murmu on Monday said that the national goal of establishing India as a global knowledge superpower would be achieved only when the world community is eager to adopt the work being done in Indian laboratories. Murmu also said that the ambition of the country's higher education community should be that researchers from the institution get recognition at the world level. The president mentioned that the students from India enrich the world's leading educational institutions and developed economies with their talent and emphasized the need of making efforts to utilize their talent in the country.
भारत के उच्च शिक्षण समुदाय की ये महत्वाकांक्षी होनी चाहिए कि हमारे संस्थानों के अनुसंधानकर्ताओं को विश्व स्तरीय पुरस्कारों से सम्मानित किया जाए। हमारे संस्थानों के पेटेंट विश्व के बदलाव ला सके, विकसित देशों के विद्यार्थियों भारत को प्रीफर्ड डेस्टिनेशन फॉर
The visiting hours for Ram Temple in Ayodhya have been extended, with the temple now opening an hour earlier at 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. The Temple Trust Media Center also said that the new schedule, which also includes revised RT timings, came into an effect on Monday. According to the updated schedule, devotees can enter the temple from 6:30 a.m. to 11:50 a.m. following Shringar RT. The temple will then close at 12 p.m. for the Raj Bhog RT, and visiting hours will resume from 1 p.m. to 6:50 p.m., after which the Shandhya RT will take place at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, devotees will be allowed to visit until 9:45 p.m. and the temple will finally close for the day after the Shayan RT at 10 p.m., the trust said. In a joint operation with central agencies, the Gujarat Anti-Terrorism Squad arrested a suspect in connection with an alleged terror plot targeting the Ram Temple in Uttar Pradesh's Ayodhya. Sources said that the 19-year-old suspect was in contact with Pakistan's intelligence agency, ISI, and was allegedly being groomed for a terror attack on the temple. The suspect, Abdul Rahman, a resident of Uttar Pradesh, had allegedly conducted a razzia of the temple multiple times and shared crucial information with ISI handlers. Sources said that his plan involved carrying out an attack using hand grenades to cause mass destruction, and during the operation, security forces recovered 2 hand grenades from the suspect, and explosives were later defused in Faridabad. The Gujarat ATS took Abdul Rahman into custody and transported him to Gujarat for further interrogation following his arrest on Sunday. The Haryana police, along with central agencies, were also involved in questioning the suspect as he was arrested from Haryana's Faridabad. Sources said that Abdul Rahman was part of multiple radical groups and was actively working on ISI's instructions. Reports highlighted that he initially traveled from Uttar Pradesh, Faizabad to Faridabad by train, where he received the grenades from a handler, where his mission was to take them back to Ayodhya for the planned attack. However, before he could execute the plan, he was arrested by the security agencies. Guyana Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Anthony Phillips arrived Delhi on Tuesday. Philip will attend the World Sustainable Development Summit 2025, where the World Sustainable Development Summit will begin on March 5 and will continue till March 7. An official said that in Bihar's Vaishali, police seized over 86 liters of liquor and 2 persons were arrested in connection with smuggling. Police team got a tip-off and arrested the accused Dharmendra Kumar and Mukesh Kumar. Police also added that when the team left to verify the tip-off, they saw 2 persons escaping with their car after seeing the officials. During interrogation, they revealed that they were carrying IMFL, which belongs to Aniket Kumar. Police said that a total amount of 56 liters, 250 ml liquor was recovered. Further, procedure is underway to send them to judicial custody.
বিকাল অনুমান ৩টার সময় আমাদের কাছে গোপন খবর পাওয়ার পর সাথে সাথে আমাদের টিম ঘটনাস্থলে যায়। আমরা গাড়িটাকে ডিটেইন করি এবং গাড়িটাকে তল্লাশি চালিয়ে আমরা মোট ১৫০ কেজি মতন গাঁজা পাই। গাড়িতে ছিল 2 জন, আমরা 2 জনকে অ্যারেস্ট করি। একজনের নাম অভিজিৎ সরকার, এর বাড়ি চারিপাড়া এডিনগর। আরেকজনের নাম সোনু কুমার, ওর বাড়ি বৈশালী বিহার। 2 জনকে আমরা আটক করি, গাড়িটাও আটক করি। গাড়ির ভিতর থেকে আমরা মোট ১৫০ কেজি গাঁজা পাই। কালোবাজারের মূল্য প্রায় ৩৫ থেকে ৪০ লাখ টাকা। হ্যাঁ, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে আমরা এনডিপিএস ধারায় এখন মামলা রেজিস্টার করা হচ্ছে। আগামীকাল তাদেরকে আমরা কোর্টে চালান করব এবং ওদেরকে রিমান্ডও যাবো আমরা। রিমান্ডে এনে আমরা ওদের জিজ্ঞাসাবাদ চলবে, ওদের সাথে আরও কে কে জড়িত আছে ওটা উঠে আসবে। ওটা তারা বিভিন্ন সময় বিভিন্ন যাতে পুলিশকে ফাঁকি দিয়ে করতে পারে এই চেষ্টা চালায়। পুলিশও যথাযথ খবর রাখছে কোথা থেকে গাঁজা যাচ্ছে, কী করছে। আমরা আগামী দিনেও এই সাফল্যতা ধরে রাখতে পারবো, এটাই আসলে। দেখা যাচ্ছে যে বড় গাড়িতে করে গাঁজা খুব কমই আসে, কারণ চুরাইবাড়ি চেকপোস্টে এখানে 2 জায়গায়।
Punjab police on Tuesday allegedly raided the homes of several farmer leaders and workers, and some were put under house arrest after talks between the state government and Samugdia Kisan Morcha leaders broke down. The SKM leaders condemned the action, announcing they will go ahead with their planned week-long sit-in in Chandigarh starting March 5, demanding various concessions including a legal guarantee to minimum support price and implementation of the state's agriculture policy. In Maharashtra's Pune, 2 men allegedly raped and robbed a 19-year-old woman at knife point in front of her maternal uncle after forcing them to get intimate and recording the act. The incident happened late on Saturday when the woman and her maternal uncle were sitting together at a secluded spot near their home. Later, the accused took turns allegedly raping the woman and robbed her of a gold nose ring and a gold pendant before fleeing the scene. The 2 accused have been identified and the police officials have arrested the accused, and the gold ornaments have been recovered from them. They have been arrested under relevant sections of BNS and have been remanded to police custody till March 7. The Tripura's health department is under scrutiny after allegations of negligence surfaced against doctors at Melagar Hospital in Sepahi Jala district. Late Monday night, a patient with breathing problem named Sulekha Sarkar from Rajgat area of Melagar was referred to another hospital with a half-finished oxygen cylinder. The incident took place when the oxygen supply ran out at Bairagi Bazar, leaving the patient on the verge of stopping breathing. Sarkar was rushed to Ramganj Hospital and then to Vishalgarh Sub-Divisional Hospital, where her family members voiced out. After the patient was quickly given oxygen, the patient started breathing. Later, the doctors on duty at the Vishalgarh Sub-District Hospital sent them to Tripura's main referral hospital, Agartala GP Hospital, in an ambulance for better treatment. A significant complaint has been filed against the doctor who referred the patient with a half-finished oxygen cylinder. US President Donald Trump confirmed that 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada will begin on Tuesday, marking a significant escalation in trade tensions. Meanwhile, the tariffs are intended to address issues such as fentanyl trafficking, illegal migration, and the US trade imbalance with both countries. Trump also emphasized that the tariffs aim to encourage US manufacturing and attract foreign investment. In response, Canada and Mexico have prepared countermeasures, with Canada threatening tariffs on $30 billion worth of US goods. Despite these concerns, the Trump administration maintains that tariffs are necessary to strengthen the US economy and manufacturing sector.
Companies, but very importantly, tomorrow tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs. In other words, you build, and this is exactly what Mr. Wei is doing, by building here. Otherwise, they'll build, if they did them in Taiwan to send them here, they'll have 25% or 30% or 50% or whatever the number may be someday. It'll go only up. But by doing it here, he has no tariff, so he's way ahead of the game. And I would just say this to people in Canada or Mexico: if they're going to build car plants, the people that are doing them are much better off building here, because we have the market.
US President Donald Trump criticized the former President Biden's $350 billion aid to Ukraine, calling it a foolish decision that provided no benefit to the US. He also argued that the money could have been better spent rebuilding the US Navy. Trump claimed that through a recent mineral deal with Ukraine, the US is now getting that all back, suggesting the deal could help US recoup some of the funds spent on aid to Ukraine.
Is getting that. Look, it's a great deal for us because, you know, Biden very, very foolishly, stupidly, frankly, gave $300 billion and $350 billion more accurately to a country to fight and to try and do things. And you know what happened? We get nothing. We get nothing. Just gave it. We could have rebuilt our entire U.S. Navy with $350 billion. Think of it, $350.
According to the Vatican, Pope Francis experienced 2 acute respiratory crises on Monday and was placed on non-invasive mechanical ventilation. The episodes were caused by a significant build-up of mucus in his lungs and bronchial spasms, and earlier the Vatican reported that Francis had a stable condition and Francis has been battling a complex respiratory infection and pneumonia for over 2 weeks. Union External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will embark on a 6-day visit to the UK and Ireland beginning from Tuesday to explore ways to further boost bilateral cooperation. Meanwhile, Jaishankar will first travel to London to hold talks with his British counterpart David Lammy on a range of bilateral, regional and global issues. Notably, Jaishankar and Lammy will discuss Ukraine conflict as their meeting comes against the backdrop of the heated exchanges between US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that drew global attention. Let's have a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching English Primetime News. The Delhi High Court on Monday stayed the Indian Olympic Association order, which replaced the Boxing Federation of India with a 5-member ad hoc committee. Meanwhile, on February 24, IOA President PT Usha replaced the FBI with the ad hoc panel on the ground that the federation had not held its elections by the due date. Therefore, the ad hoc panel was tasked with the responsibility of looking after the day-to-day affairs of the BFI and concluding its elections. Notably, BFI objected to the decision, saying the order was passed by Usha without consulting the concerned international federation, World Boxing, which reportedly backed the BFI and the IOA's executive committee. Ahead of the highly anticipated semi-final clash between India and Australia, the Australia team won the toss and decided to play at the Dubai International Stadium on Tuesday. The India team remained unchanged while Australia made 2 changes. India would rely on a potent spin battery and familiarity with the conditions to break the knockout chinks against an unmanned Australia when the two formidable cricket forces clash. In a surprising display of admiration, an English cricket fan on Tuesday came in support of the Indian team in their semi-final clash against Australian ICC Champions Trophy. Meanwhile, Dilip Pancholi, who has been living in England for the last 51 years, is confident that India will take revenge for their previous final against Australia in 2023 ODI World Cup and emerge victorious this time. India will be eyeing to cross the line this time against Australia and confirm their semi-final berth for the 5th time in the history of ICC Champions Trophy.
What's wrong, you think?
Well, today we wanted England to be in the game, but they're not, obviously. So today we supported India, mainly because we don't want Australia to win. So yeah, we supported.
So you think that India is going to win the match?
I think
Take
they'll
a
win the
revenge of 2023 World Cup final?
I think India will win the match, absolutely.
The reason being?
They'll win it easily.
Spin-friendly wicket? Is that the reason?
I don't know. I just think they're a better team. I don't think it matters what the pitch is like. It's a better team. That's my opinion.
It's a bit. What's happening to your team? England doing very badly. I mean, lost all the matches of Champions Trophy. And what went wrong? You think?
Everything went wrong. I don't know, because they were scoring plenty of runs, but their confidence is low, I think. And
the captain has also,
they've just gone through a big cycle. They've had some highs, and now they're just going.
Baseball clearly is not working.
No,
at least not in the ODIs.
So I think it's a fresh start now. I think so. We'll see what happens.
So you want an overwhelming change? You think overhaul of the team?
No, I think you just need a fresh voice in the dressing room, new captain, and that'll be enough.
Okay, ma'am, what do you think that, all right, you're not going to speak, all right. So, who is going to score most number of runs for today in today's match and for India?
Oh, I've no idea. I've absolutely no idea who's going to score the most. I've not seen the team yet. Is everybody playing?
Everybody's playing. Rohit Sharma is playing along with Shubman Gill in the opening. Virat Kohli number 2. I mean, 1 down.
Well, you'd always expect Kohli to score the most, wouldn't you? But, so yeah, we'll see. But it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. But India's definitely going to win.
Well, it's going to be a very good game between Australia and India. Obviously, we need to take the revenge from Ahmedabad. So all the players are geared for that. And hopefully we should cross the line this time. We got a good side, balanced side.
Australia is without their frontline attack. That will be advantage India, and India has played all the matches here, so the experience is there. So you think advantage India definitely?
Yeah, it is advantage, but still you have to go there and perform yourself. You know, everything venue is not just win the game. You have to go and perform the game.
Who will be the key players for India?
Of course, the key player is there. I think we got nice, good all-rounder. We got 4-5.
An hour before India clashes with Australia in the ICC Champions Trophy semi-final in Dubai, cricket fans in Varanasi performed a special Ganga Aarti to pray for India's victory. Another group of fans performed a Hawan and recited the Hanuman Chalisa at the Sri Daitara Veer Baba temple in Varanasi, praying for India's victory. On Tuesday, India will face Australia at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium in the semi-final of the ICC Champions Trophy 2025, and on Sunday, March 9, a win will secure India's spot in the final. The last time India triumphed against Australia in the knockout stage of an ICC event was way back in 2011 World Cup quarter-final.
आज वाराणसी पूरे उत्साह में है। काशी का गंगा तट भक्तिमय के साथ साथ राष्ट्रीय भावना के साथ ओतप्रोत है और अपनी भारतीय क्रिकेट टीम के उत्साहवर्धन के लिए हम सभी गंगा तट पर उपस्थित हुए हैं। जय घोष हुआ है, भारत माता का जय जयकार हुआ, वंदे मातरम का गूंज उठा है। इसके साथ साथ देवादिदेव महादेव का हम सभी ने स्मरण करके हर हर महादेव शंभु काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे और मां गंगा का इसी कामना के साथ दुग्धाभिषेक हुआ है, आरती की गई है और गंगा तट पर एक सुंदर रंगोली बना करके हम सभी चीयर अप कर रहे हैं भारतीय टीम को।
बहुत ज़्यादा, मैं ही क्या पूरा देश उत्साहित है और बात जब टीम इंडिया की हो तो क्या ही बात है। और उसी शब्दों को, उसी भावनाओं को और बहुत सारी ब्लेसिंग्स के साथ आज हम लोगों ने बनारस के गाय घाट पे एक बहुत ही सुंदर सी दहाड़ता हुआ शेर मैंने बनाया, जैसा कि हमारी टीम इंडिया वहाँ पे अपने आप को, हमारे टीम को, हमारे इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करे और बहुत ही अच्छे से हमारी ट्रॉफी लेकर आए।
पूजा पाठ का उद्देश्य हमारे यही है कि आज भारतीय टीम ऑस्ट्रेलिया को पराजित करे और 2023 के हार का बदला आज भारतीय टीम पूर्ण करे, इसलिए पूजा पाठ किया जा रहा है। पूजा के माध्यम से हम भगवान को प्रसन्न करेंगे ताकि आज की जीत वरदान स्वरूप में करोड़ों भारतीय क्रिकेट प्रशंसकों को मिल सके।
That's all in the English Primetime Bulletin with Nltv.